Hey guys, it's Takasa here and I'm with another Sims 3 house build. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom Suburban Dream house. Just starting off with some basic outlines of the house. Not really got a plan or anything, so it's just to see how it goes. Just choosing a garage door. Realised after I chose it that the door was not going to fit, so I had to extend the garage out a little bit. Not the best builder, as you can probably tell, but I like to give it a go. I like to try. Just choosing some stairs. And for some reason the ceiling was too low, and that was my dog. Her name's Daisy. So I went with some spiral stairs, but I just decided to choose them later on because they weren't going to fit the way I wanted them to. And these windows here will change, all these windows will change at the end later on. And yep, choosing some flooring. I wanted to go with just a simple house. There goes the spiral staircase just being inserted now. And upstairs, I wanted to do a basic starter house, but it ended up being a little bit more expensive than what I wanted it to be, so you can't help that. The roof, I just couldn't place that roof for some reason. It kept glitching out, so I changed the whole way of the front, looked. And yes, my computer was being really slow today, so if you see it like just lagging, that's why. And I forgot to turn online notifications off, which I'll do that later on. So don't worry about this whole garage part, it's going to change in a minute anyway. Could not decide on a colour for the house to be, so I left it until later on. Still deciding on the windows and all of that, but they've changed. See, the roof it just kept glitching out there for some reason, and then the garage door decided to go a different way. So yeah, I fixed it now. Just grabbing the colour, place on all the doors and windows, which I spent a long time doing, and I don't even use those windows in the end. Trying to find a colour for the garage. The garage is always the hardest colour to choose, like, because you don't want it to be like a nice wallpaper, because that's unrealistic. Laying out the bedrooms upstairs is about to be gone later on. Entering some cheats so I can get the buy to bug cheat to grab the ceiling lights, because they're free and they're a good ceiling light. I use them all the time, and you can't see them when you enter live mode anyway, so it's a bonus. Wallpaper. Looking back on this video, the wallpapering and wall coverings I chose were hideous, and I'm just changing the colour of that. Oh, yep, round, yep, got it. Right, outside. I couldn't decide on a colour that I wanted to go for the outside, so I spent a bit of time. My computer's lagging, as you can tell. When I go to place the colour, it's not loading like that. There we go. So in the end, I went with this colour here and added the side trims, because it makes it look more nicer. Makes it look a little bit more finished all the way around the back of the house. Still haven't turned off online notifications. Noob. Just choosing the garden terrain paths. So just laying some floor tiles to make it neater. I quite like that that terrain paint. It's quite nice. And it went well with the house. That's why I chose it. And into the kitchen. I don't like the way the window's clipped in with the counters. So that's alright, they're going to change in a minute. Yeah, now I'm just grabbing one from upstairs and placing it. Still kind of clips behind it, but you can't really see it. Choosing a fridge, taking away that small wall which clipped into the fridge. Placing alarms because they're necessary. If your Sims are anything like mine, they try to burn the house down all the time. Just choosing some islands and putting move objects on to blend those normal counters with the island counters. Placing, oh, there we go. I was very distracted during this video because, you know, you sit down to record and then all of a sudden everybody and their dog wants you. I had to take several phone calls, that's why there's some odd cuts where I had to stop recording to answer the phone. Bring a desk and computer, which I later delete because I wanted to keep the cost down as much as possible. Also that TV goes. Choosing a floor rug, changing the colour, and this is where my computer completely lagged out. As you can see, it's not loading anything. So after this, I think I cut and then, yeah, started again. If you can hear some little voices in the background, that is my boy Monster. He's wanting me to hurry up and play with him, so I've got to get this done. Changing the colours on the chairs to that nice blue, and this is where I'm decided I didn't like that end room and trying to cut costs a little bit. Kept the cost of the house down by deleting one room. Just fixing up the outside and re-adding the roof. Squishing it down a bit. And now this is where I started going back through and changing it all up again because I didn't like the layout. So, changing it up now. And re-adding the wallpapering. Monsters being a rat bag in the background. Giving them a cheaper TV. Trying to save some money. I think the total value of this house ended up being 20,000, I'm going to say 28,000 simoleons furnished, I think. So it's not a basic starter home. I couldn't decide which way the bath went. Couldn't remember. It's not a basic starter home, but you know, it's what your Sims would move into once they get themselves a job and get some money. I don't play my game with any money cheats when I play. I think it takes the fun out of it. But when building houses, I do use the move objects on cheat and testing cheats enabled, true cheats, and buy the bug cheats because you can buy stuff better. Just putting an old computer in the bunk room. trying to see if the...
Time's up.
Go and play, you little monster. I'll be with you in a minute. Yeah, you will, you little monster. He just wanted to be in the video, he said. But just changing... What am I doing now? Oh, adding a lamp. I didn't want to add too much. I put no pictures on the walls because I didn't want to have them add up the costs of the house. So there's minimal decorating, and I always think it's better if you can decorate your own style to the house. That's why I put very basic objects in, and just deleting that back fence to save a little bit more money. And this is where I go into changing all the windows, because I realised that the house was really expensive. Well, not really expensive. Some people build mansions, but this is a little bit easier. Delete those windows. I was going to change the flooring in the garage, but I decided against it. I liked it just the way it was. So I went with these windows in the end. Which I like them, the way they sit above the counters anyway, in the kitchen. So, oh, now I've lost which one I was using. I have to look back through it. And this is coming up as ground floor screenshot and top floor screenshot. Thanks.